Well, it's starting out to be a warm one, that's for sure. Middle and lower 70s across the Ozarks. It's a hot forecast that we'll dive into here in a minute, but I want to show you these temperatures here this morning and show you that there seems to be something going on here, and that seems to be would be a little cool front. And what it's going to do is what we refer to in the summertime as a backdoor cool front, meaning it's going to sweep in like this today and tonight, and it's called backdoor as a distinction because many times fronts, of course, come in from this direction, but this one is not. This one is going to progress in, and we'll shift our winds to an easterly direction later tonight and tomorrow, and we'll provide some relief for some individuals. See, the front's going to get kind of hung up or lose its effectiveness right about like this. So areas up here closer to St. Louis will be cooler, and areas over here are still going to stay very, very hot. In fact, no change to their temperature pattern whatsoever. Joplin, for example, today will probably climb to near 100, whereas behind this little wind shift later on tonight, there'll be enough of an effect to cool, let's say, Rolla down, and that'll be even more noticeable tomorrow. But as fronts go, this one is not spectacular. We've had some better ones in June, certainly. They're starting to lose their effectiveness just a little bit. We'll show you the satellite motion here this morning, just to be complete, and but obviously there's not much going on. As you can see, we're pretty cloud-free. Now, there might be a shower that forms along this front and as it moves in later tonight, but it would be widely scattered and not exactly a drought buster. And as we all know, we need some rain in the Ozarks bad, especially in south central Missouri and northern Arkansas. And I'll pan down here and show you the tropical system Debbie, which has caused forecasters much angst trying to forecast where it's going. Everybody is, though, on the same page now with this thing drifting very slowly to the north. Now here is the surface weather map, and it looks like the front currently is drawn from New York State into northern Missouri. Here's the high that'll actually be moving, but since it's moving like this, it's why this front is kind of giving us a glancing blow. And of course there's Debbie right there kind of spinning away in no particular hurry to move anywhere. Here's a closer view. The front is shifting winds in Illinois. You can kind of see how winds around Champaign and Peoria are out of the northeast, out of Chicago here, and that area. So that is what's going to get into at least half of the Ozarks. Again, don't expect miracles with the temperature on this front. And we've been lucky in June to have some pretty good frontal passages that have brought us down to the 70s, there, and almost the last one. Now, this one, though, is just simply not going to be as effective, to be sure. In fact, the temperature projections have the hottest yet. I think later in the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all candidates for upper 90s, if not a 100-degree temperature, and all the records for those dates are in the upper 90s, so it's going to be close. And, of course, we have this backdoor front moderating temperatures somewhat on Tuesday, although we're still talking about a climb into the lower 90s. And there's Tropical Storm Debbie's projection, a slow movement between now and becoming a depression sometime on Saturday, right around Apalachicola, Florida. So this thing is in no particular hurry to move. And then, of course, we're going to have our little heat wave here, and this is a look at the weather map here for the next couple of days. In fact, let me reset this back to the beginning. And what you're looking for on these things is upper level ridges that cause air to sink and temperatures at the surface to really heat up, and that's what this H is right here. So let's watch and see what happens this week as that thing backs off a little, allows that backdoor cold front, and then as we go through, let's say, Wednesday morning here, this ridge reestablishes itself over the Ozarks in the central United States. And then here by Thursday morning, it's practically sitting overhead. This is what's going to give us our upper 90s. And then it flattens out a little bit as we get toward Friday and Saturday. The jet stream has these little disturbances in it, like that one. That tends to knock down temperatures a little bit. But I think that, at least for the next week, the kind of fronts we were used to earlier in June have left us for a while. So find a way to beat the heat. Be safe, of course, as these temperatures begin to climb. And I'll have another report tomorrow.